Hello there, it's Nooch here with tips and tricks for how to stop losing. Guys, I hear it all the time. I get YouTube comments, I get Discord questions, I get questions on the stream. Nooch, Star Wars Dad, I can't stop losing. I'm going to throw my phone across the room. I already threw my phone across the room. I tossed my iPad out the window. How can I stop losing? What can I do to stop losing? Well, this is in a series of tips and tricks videos. Throughout this video, I'm going to put some tags up there for a couple other tips and tricks videos. I got them. I'm going to have them spattered about. We'll keep putting them out for you guys just so you can keep learning about the game. But today's tips and tricks, how to stop losing. What I'm going to do is I've asked for footage from some of my Discord members. Channel members, but just people on my Discord. And said, hey, send me some videos of you losing so I can try to review and help you out. And I'm going to review a couple today. I've got a video here from Master AJR, and he's been one of the guys that consistently is really frustrated with his gameplay and just can't find a way to push through and win consistently. Then I'm going to take a look at something from Sith Gorilla. He's one of our members, and sometimes he also has the same issue. I mean, we all do it. We all have times in this game where we go in and we just can't win, myself included. My worst times tend to be in the mornings. I'll wake up, I'm kind of groggy, open the game, play like 4 games in a row, lose them all, and then just like, I'll get this later. You know, it just seems like my brain's not ready to go yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch this video and I'm going to break it down for tips and tricks for how you can stop losing. So let's jump in here first to Master AJR and see what he's got going. So he's going in on the light side. I don't think I've got any volume. Oh, wait, here. Nope, no volume, but that's fine. So he's coming in light side. So let's pause it right here. Where's my pause button? So the very first thing I'm looking at is he's got BB-8, he's got Gungans, he's got Ewoks and Boomer Balls, and he's at 1,500 trophies. So Master AJR is going to be around 3,000 trophies. And Chris Purdy up there, I've played Chris Purdy before, that name is familiar, is around the same trophy level with Bomber, Probe Droid, Stormtroopers, and Tusken. So Master AJR has a better starting lineup. What he could do is drop a BB-8, run out to the middle, grab that middle tower, and then play some defense from there. I'm not sure about the Gungans. Honestly, having the Gungans in your lineup will probably lead to more losses than wins, but let's see how this goes. So what is the first choice here? We're at 9, we're at 10. I would have dropped the... So let's see if he gets a tower or not. Okay, so he didn't get a tower, right? No. So it's okay to drop BB-8 and get the rear tower. I would not drop the Gungans that quickly. Okay, you don't have to drop units. So my first piece of advice would be drop the BB-8 as soon as the board comes up. Drop BB-8 immediately. Just boom, BB-8 on the ground. Grab the middle tower. Don't give your opponent a chance to drop stuff first. You don't have to respond at the beginning. Try to get the middle tower. If you don't get it, that's fine. Then play some defense, which is the right decision here. He was not in a good position to hold a middle tower. He's right to get a back tower. Wait on those Gungans, man. You don't have to drop them right there. He's got Stormtroopers coming down. Let those Stormtroopers get within range of the tower so that your Gungans are hitting the Stormtroopers they're hitting them and the tower. Gungans and the tower on the Stormtroopers. Now what's going to happen is the Gungans are going to go out to meet the Stormtroopers. It's just going to be 3 Gungans against 2 Stormtroopers, and those Gungans are going to get wiped. So wait. If you're going to play defense, play defense. Hang back, let them make a decision, and then you respond to it. You're a lot better off doing that. Okay. Yeah, see. So Master AJR, I'm seeing right now why you're probably losing a lot of games. This Ewok drop on the right side just does very little for me. You don't have to spend all your energy as soon as you have it. You weren't ready to drop a tower, so if in this case, if I was going to drop an Ewoks anywhere, I would have dropped them over here to add defense against the Stormtroopers. There's 3 Stormtroopers. No, there's only 2. Somebody's head or something is out there. I don't know the motivation for dropping the Ewoks on the right side. Maybe it was to build a tower over there, but you didn't even have enough energy to buy a tower. You're kind of... So what's happening here with Master AJR is he's really ignoring the danger that his tower's in danger. Those Stormtroopers are coming. He's got the Gungans, and the Gungans are going to lose to those Stormtroopers, and now they're really going to lose after the bomber hits them. I don't really like much this play at all from either side so far, but that's regardless. But Save your stuff. If you're gonna play defense, hang back and play defense, and don't build that second tower until you have an advantage, until your stuff are walking forward. Once your Ewoks are walking forward and the Stormtroopers are off the board and you're all in the clear, then you build that second tower. But there was no reason to drop those Ewoks there. I would have held all that stuff and just waited. So now, see there, Gungans and the Bomber, they just get ripped up by the Stormtroopers. Okay. So I'm going to say again, I asked Master AJR to give me this footage, so I really appreciate, buddy. I'm sure you're watching. I'm glad you gave me this footage so we can take a look at it. I'm going to make one strong piece. My biggest, strongest piece of advice to you is not to spam units. To me, this looks like when you get energy, you play units. You just get... So you got 3 energy, played Ewoks. Got 4 energy, played Minox. I don't know what... Again, I don't know the purpose of these Minox. You have to have a plan in place. You have to have an idea of why you're dropping the Minox. So don't just spam. Have a plan. Execute your plan. Save up your energy as long as you can. Save to 10. And if you have to respond sooner because they drop something, respond a little sooner. The way you're doing this now is you're spamming units, and I'll start playing it. You are spamming units, and then your opponent is responding to you. So your opponent is in really good shape. Watch this. He's going to use Boba's special on those Minox if he's smart. Yeah, there it is. Minox are dead. Okay, so now let's talk about the energy disadvantage right now. Chris Birdie is up 4 energy to 2. Now, Master AGR has an extra tower, but Boba Fett and a Stormtrooper are sitting right on top of that tower. That tower is going to die. He has no way to defend it. Maybe the Boomer Ball's here in a second, but then he won't have anything to follow it up with, and that Boba Fett's that tower is just going to die or be in really bad shape. You need to plan stuff out. Don't spam your units. Sit back and wait. Respond to what your opponents do. Build a counterattack. What happens yeah, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. He had enough energy after the Boomer Balls were dropped to put a Tauntaun directly in the tower. The BB-8 goes down to the BB-9, then he stuns it. Now he's going forward. Now, look. Now here's what's going on. The Gungans are there. Again, I think Gungans aren't really useful. I don't really like the bomber on the Gungans either, but whatever. Yeah, so those Gungans are dead. So that's my main advice here. Don't spam units. Every time you lay a unit down, you need to have a plan. If you don't have a plan when you're laying a unit down, if you don't have a concrete plan in place as to what's going to happen when you lay that... I'm going to lay these Ewoks, then I'm going to drop BB-9 over here, I'm going to try and stun that tower. Oh, you dropped a Flamer. Maybe he thwarted your plan. That's fine. It happens to all of us. The best laid plans of mice and men, right? Go in... Or the other way to put it is... God laughs while men are making plans. You make plans, your plans go to waste. But if you don't plan, you have no chance to win. And look, you could have let that Stormtrooper get in a little bit deeper so that your tower was shooting it also. Take advantage of your towers. Use their firepower along with your units to defend the tower. Let the towers defend themselves with their, again, too early on the Boomer Balls. Let that probe droid and the Boba Fett get one step deeper, then your tower will be shooting at them when they get in. So... And then your Ewoks, okay, one more piece here. Let's back that up a tad. Okay, so right here, if you're paying attention to the game, you know that Boba Fett has not used his special or his ultimate at all. This Boba Fett has not launched his ultimate. And he's been on the board for a while, and you stunned him with Boomer Balls. That means he has his ultimate available. You can't drop Ewoks. You cannot drop anything within range of Boba Fett at this point. You can't drop literally anything. The only way to defend Boba Fett at this point is to let him walk all the way to your tower, or to drop Luke on him. Or you could let him walk to your tower, drop Luke on him. Luke will then take the brunt of that blow, and then you can start dropping units. You can't drop units that will die to the rockets if he hasn't launched his rockets. Let him launch the rockets first. Use Luke as a tank there. You have Luke loaded up. Once you get Luke engaged with them and he's launched his rockets, you can stun him with BB-8. There's a lot of options. Dropping Ewoks directly on a Boba Fett that's loaded with his ultimate is not one of those options. And yeah, Master HR, I don't want to be negative here because I'm not kidding. I really do appreciate you sharing this footage with me. Man, those Gungans need some help. The Gungans have to be with another unit. They can't be by themselves. Solo Gungans are just, look at that. They're just a recipe for death. Those are my piece of advice from Master AGR. Maybe this will help some of you out there too. That's really the goal here, is for watching this gameplay to help some of you guys. You don't spam units. You don't have to lay units down every time you have energy. You have to have a plan for those units. What are you going to do? Are you going to drop Minox here? You know, you may want to drop Luke first. Let Luke go first, and he can tank for those. I'm gonna pause it here. We're at the end of it. Let Luke go first. He can tank for that. Then drop the Minox, and Luke can clear a path for the Minox. Minox by themselves in the middle of the border are no good. So hang on, I'm going to pause it here. I'm going to go watch. We're going to watch Sith Gorilla here in a second. So, and you got to be careful. You can't drop Ewoks or units that will die to Boba Fett's missiles. You can't drop them on top of him. You need to get something in the way. Let him tank. You may have to let him get back to your tower. Be back in 1 second. We're going to look at Sith Gorilla's footage. Okay, we're here with Sith Gorilla, and he's playing dark side. I chose this battle because it was dark side. We just watched the light side. So. Let me get the volume turned down here. It's pretty loud. Okay. Screen recording. Thank you, Sith Gorilla, for recording. So Sith Gorilla is playing Javivi. I didn't get their trophy count. That's fine. Oh, this is in the event. Okay, so we're spawning snipers. So, okay, so the first part, I don't feel like this is a bad start for events. I feel like Phasma in events behind an AT-AT with the sniper event going on, because now look what he's got lined up. He's got an AT-AT in front, Phasma behind it with a sniper behind them. And a Stormtrooper there too. I actually like that setup in events. I don't like that in regular ladder play, but during an event you have a lot better chance of succeeding with Phasma and Leia, Vader, you know, the secondary heroes or champions, I guess. So right now everything is just pounding on so the AT-AT is taking all the damage, and then Yoda shields everything, which is super annoying, right? But he's going to take all that stuff out, and then Phasma... okay. Hold back. Let's watch that. What was the position he was in before that bomber drop? That's what I want to know. So, I don't like the bomber there. I don't like the bomber. He's in a really good position because Yoda's shield just ran out. You got 3 Stormtroopers and Phasma and a sniper against what looks like 3 Porgs, Yoda, and maybe a BB-8. I can't tell. The Grenadier, I think, is just dead or about to die. You're in a really good position here. Yoda's not going to get that special out. I think what I'd rather do is maybe drop BB-9 and see if he can sneak in there on Yoda as everything else dies. I don't like the bomber. I just don't like the bomber there. I feel like you use the bomber when it's going to either save your bacon or give you a tremendous advantage. Use the bomber against units. I agree it's a grouping of units, and I agree that, you know, using bomber against a grouping of units is not necessarily a bad thing. Whoops, sorry, we got extra sound going there. I agree that using the bomber against a bunch of units is not a bad thing. I just think right there, you would have been better off to leave it and maybe drop the BB-9 to see if you could get a stun in instead. So, and especially, wait a minute, by the time he dropped it, by the time the bomber hit, there was nothing there to hit. The bomber hit Yoda and a Grenadier, and that's it. So I just don't, that bomber didn't have, and that's where I say BB-9 could have come in there and maybe wouldn't have stunned because the Grenadier's there. I just don't like that bomber at all right in that position. In fact, that bomber, if you just save that bomber, right now you could be killing an Ewok treehouse and a sniper back there. So another reason why I don't like that bomber right now, all your stuff is dead. Yeah, I just don't like that move, man. I think that really cost you. I think it's okay to the Stormtroopers there trying to protect the sniper. I get it. That front Stormtrooper's taking a beating. Are you gonna? No, couldn't save the sniper. So let's look at the position he's in right now. The bomber cost him 4 energy, and he got no value out of it. So that was a no-value bomber. Think of if you'd have dropped it on the treehouse and the sniper. If you'd have waited a couple seconds, if you dropped it on treehouse and the sniper, that's 8 value for your 4 bomber. And yeah, that sniper spawned, so you didn't pay for it. Doesn't matter. It's still, you still get the value out of it, as opposed to the 0 value. So he's basically lost 8 value that he could have had in his energy. Now he only has 1 energy. He's got a missile launcher up. And yet, our opponent's got 5 energy, and is probably going to start building rear towers here, or middle. Our opponent's going to build a middle tower here in a second, I'll bet. Nope, here comes the Tauntaun. Tauntaun, Sniper, Porgs, I imagine that Boomer Balls are coming in a second. No, he builds the middle tower. This is a little odd. So the Tauntaun just killed the tower. The sniper took... Oh my goodness. Sith Gorilla, buddy. Are you dead right here? Is this it? Is this the end of the game? Oh no. Oh no, man. Hang on. Let's back up. I'm sorry. I'm backing up a little bit. I want to get to where... So this is up. You've got 2 energy right now. And the Tauntaun's coming. You've got the battle droids. The battle droid should have been dropped on the Tauntaun and the 1 stormtrooper on the sniper. You know what I mean? Because the battle droids can take out that Tauntaun. You have nothing else that's going to kill that Tauntaun. Nothing. Nothing in your lineup can kill the Tauntaun. So yeah, maybe you drop the battle droids and he drops Boomer Balls. But that's your only choice. So you drop the battle droids off to the right to kill the Tauntaun. You drop 1 stormtrooper on the sniper to try to kill it. So you just spent 3 energy, you killed a sniper, but you're in bad shape. Now you have no energy. You have no energy to drop anything else. Okay, so now your tower's dead, and what did you just drop? You dropped the 1 stormtrooper right in the middle of all that stuff, and it's just dead. So, if you're going to drop the 1 stormtrooper in that situation, drop it back by your tower. Your missile launcher is already dead. It was already dead. You couldn't save it. So don't drop a stormtrooper up there trying to save a tower. If your tower's already dead, guys, let it go. Regroup, look back behind you. So in this case, if you look back behind him, if he'd have dropped that stormtrooper back by his TIE fighter, he would have been in better shape. He's still in really big trouble. If he'd have dropped it perfectly, he might be able to pick off the BB-8, but that's kind of a question mark. If he'd have waited till the BB-8 got by and dropped it, then it would have shot the BB-8 first. You're in really bad shape because now you got the Tauntaun, the BB-8. You've only got 3 energy. You have nothing to lay down 4 energy. What gets laid down? The flame of the... Okay. I'm gonna make another big piece of advice here. I know you're dead. There's no way to save this, okay? But when you drop... Okay. Look right here. And the tower's already dead. I get it. This is not for this situation. Let's say that tower had 1,500 health left. I feel like Sith Gorilla, if it had 1,500 health left, you still would have dropped that flamer right in the middle of the action. Don't do that, man. Drop it off to the side. Drop it parallel, or drop it on the same plane as the TIE fighter. So it's not just getting... If you drop it right in the middle of all the action, it's just gonna get beat the heck up. You know, drop it behind stuff. Again, use the tower. Drop it off to the side. Drop it behind. You should not be dropping those units right into the middle of the action. There are very few times when you drop units directly onto other units. Those few times would be like, you can drop a flock of porgs onto a battalion of battle droids and they'll shred them. But that's only if the battalion of battle droids are already engaged in something else. Actually, I take it back. You can probably just do it all the time. They'll just shred them. If you drop 4 Ewoks onto a battalion of battle droids, your Ewoks are dead. They're just dead meat. Don't engage fast enough. You drop a single unit into a flock of other stuff, it's just going to die. So drop it off to the side, drop it left, drop it right, drop it in a plane with the TIE fighter. Use your towers to help you kill it. But yeah, you kind of got slaughtered here, buddy. I don't know where to put it. So the advice there was, the main piece of advice there was, you got to get value out of your bombers. You can't spend 4 energy on a bomber and get no value out of it. And if you wait a minute and don't panic, just wait a minute. Okay, here's a big piece of advice, and then we're going to end this video. But everyone that plays the game, in every single game of LEGO Star Wars Battles that you play, you're going to lose a bunch of units. Everything you put on the board is going to die unless you end up destroying the opponent's X-Wing or TIE Fighter. You understand that? Everything you drop on the board is going to die unless you end the game or destroy the TIE Fighter or X-Wing. Okay? So if your stuff is at a point where it's pretty much dead and there's no saving it, don't try to save it. Look back. Look at what's coming next. Think of the next move. One other piece of advice I'll give, and then I promise I'll get off. Make sure you're keeping an eye down here. You got these 4 cards in your deck. You should be paying attention to them, and you should be strategizing with them. Make sure you use strategy with this. See, right here, he's got the battle droids. And again, I know it doesn't matter. Pay attention to what's down here because that might be part of it. You see the battle droids and you need them really badly. And you got the BB-9 right here. Drop the BB-9, cycle, boom, battle droids. Look at tiny little Princess Leia up here, by the way. Does she? Let's see how... She grows fast. Let's watch Tiny Leia. I can't even get it. She's so... How do we catch that? We caught that anyway. So that's my piece of advice. There's a saying for that too. Don't throw dead money. Don't throw pearls to swine. Don't toss that. I think it's in the Bible. Don't toss your pearls to swine. Your units are already dead. They're about to die. Don't try and save the dead stuff. Save a little bit of energy. Every 1 or 2 energy you save gives you a better chance to defend or offend. Or a better chance to kill a Ewok treehouse and a sniper at the same time. Imagine the complete difference of this game if he had killed that Ewok treehouse and that sniper with that bomber instead of dropping it on Yoda and the Grenader and killing nothing. Just imagine the complete difference in the game. There you go, guys. I hope that these tips for how to stop losing, how to not lose. Hopefully this helped all you guys out there as you're playing the game. Give you some basic tips around the game. And of course, as you go out there and start applying these while you're playing, and you start climbing that ladder now, everybody should start climbing the ladder now. Always remember, Newt's too good.